Gyokeres. Incoming. Yes.
What about the other player incoming?
Zubamendi done yesterday. Huh?
What about the other player incoming?
You relax, hold him about the next player incoming. I'm talking about Gyokeres right now. Right?
Oh,
we'll get
He
to
is
that.
the cold, I am the fire.
We'll get to that. But listen, Zubamendi done yesterday. Fantastic signing for Arsenal. You know what I mean? Really, really good. You know, especially despite Real Madrid trying a little shenanigans to try and get that done, put him front page of marker and all that sort of stuff. We managed to pull that one off, so that was good. And the Gyokeres one, or Gyokeres, as you just called him, seems to be, you know, it seems to be imminent.
You're
You know what I mean? It's,
You're gonna get him.
they've moved away from Sesko. I think with the Sesko thing, number one, the RB lots have been demanding really, really high fee, which Arsenal are just not prepared to pay for a player that's still developing. And it's kind of been right from the beginning that Andrea Bertu's come in. He's always favoured Gyokeres anyway.
Yeah.
And then Gyokeres himself, I mean,
Arsenal,
the rumours are he's willing to take a cut in his wages so that the deal can go through. Sporting have been trying to pay real hardball with this one, but basically what's really helped this for Arsenal is basically the player himself, because he sort of said to them, listen, I ain't coming back to play. You've gone back on an agreement.
It through.
He was supposed to have come back to training last week. They gave him an extra week. That expires today, and he made it clear to them, even if I'm not coming back. Saudi teams came in for him. He said, I'm not interested. I want to go to Arsenal. And it's looking like it's going to happen now. They've agreed personal terms on a 5-year deal, and it's just now for the clubs to sort out a deal. And apparently, lots of reports is that deal is literally there. So for me as an Arsenal fan, and for many, many Arsenal fans across this country and the world, we will be happy that at last we've got a striker. It doesn't mean he's going to deliver yet. Hopefully he can deliver, but he scored 54 goals last year. We know it's not the Premier League. It is we do have to look at it. It's the Portuguese league. You do have to take that into account.
Is he going to take pens?
But yeah, if you score half of that,
half it, you'll be absolutely fine, mate.
Will he be your penalty
I'll
taker?
have him on pens. He scores them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Why not? You know what I mean? I like a striker that takes pens.
They're meant to.
Yeah.
So only
there's
the
been
new
like a
where
striker
the
that
attacking
takes
midfielders
pens.
or...
I'm just saying that was some decent portion of the goal. So
True, but that is a portion of the goals. But if he scores, bro, Haaland takes penalties. You know what I mean? So does all the other top goal scorers. They all take
Palmer
penalties.
takes them.
Yeah. Right. I'm
maybe
just
they'll
happy
want
that
them
we've
now.
at last we have got ourselves a striker, and Zubamendi, Gyokeres, they're looking at Mosquera's probably going to come in. I think he's starting to look like a good window for us. We brought in Kepa as a backup goalkeeper. I think that was a good move for £5 million. Saved a load of money there.
Yeah.
Now it's what do we do next? And of course,
Need another needle mover.
as we said, and what you just said
And it
there,
ain't his guy.
and this guy here got
It's
his
not his
17
guy.
says Noni, big ego, can't back it up on the pitch either, right? And a lot, again, going back to my Wimbledon stuff yesterday when I was there, a lot of Chelsea fans kept coming up to me and saying, what about Madueke, Robbie? And they always had this big cheeky grin on their face. I'm not with this transfer at all. And funny is that on my Transfer Daily show the other day, I did a poll. This is before it looked like we were going to get him. Ask him, would you have him at Arsenal? And 83% said no. 83%.
It's crazy.
I've done another poll again today for it on the show that I did this morning. It'll be interesting to see if that's changed a bit. But I'd say I can't find an Arsenal fan that wants Madueke. And I don't think he's a bad player. I think, I saw him playing for the England the other day. He was their best player. And he's always got great... Remember a couple of seasons ago when we played you?
yeah,
He was the
At
best
the
player.
Emirates,
Like
that was in his first few months.
he was really, really good. But he's inconsistent. You're saying to me he can't play on the left.
Well, he can,
He started to a lot now, isn't it?
but he hasn't.
I don't get it. I don't
he hasn't-
understand it from Arsenal's point of view. Or why we would be going for it.
The whole thing with him is that if he's going to excel and kick on, which is what he needs to do, because he's inconsistent, he doesn't score enough goals. The assists, I'd put an asterisk because all of our finishing has been so poor for all of our front line that no one is getting
not
the
a fair
assists that
measure,
they should be
yeah.
getting. But he's a dribbler. You know, he'll run to the byline and cut back. He'll cut in and take the shots. But he's not consistent, and he's not someone that I'm not afraid of losing him. You know, you just make sure you upgrade on him and make sure you improve the team. And we'll be making a bit of a profit on whatever we paid. We paid like 29 million for him. So you go and pay more than that. Yeah, more than but if you're gonna pay, you're gonna pay.
How much did you pay for him?
29 million. So I'm looking for minimum 50.
Gonna be 50.
No. Well, I see that
Minimum
Chelsea.
50.
I see
Minimum
that Chelsea
50
want
from
50.
Of course they do.
You know what, right?
This is why the model works.
Even some add-ons.
doing-
You got
This is
add-ons?
why we can't laugh at these man. They
If
keep
you
doing
believe-
Fleece FC.
And look,
Fleece FC, not the one you put on as well. It's Fleece FC, bro.
Yeah, the other thing
All
I
the
saw as well.
time.
But
If
if
the
you're
other thing I see, right, was really cheeky by Chelsea, right?
Always
Always got to give them respect. Because they asked for Wanyeri as part of the deal as well. Arsenal said to them, "You must be joking."
chat to us
Then
about
they asked about
that was fake.
They asked
Apparently,
about Max Dowman as well.
apparently that was fake. But
Arsenal said, "Are you mad?" Max Dowman as well.
come take over all
Wanyeri's not agreed a new contract, so let's just.
Well, he's got a long-term contract already. He's just not agreed to the new one with like the wages that they're still. But honestly, to me, it will be a very unpopular deal for Arsenal. To me, I said anything over 30 million.
Well,
I
you're
think
paying more than that.
And if you pay 29 for him, you're not going to sell him for.
Nah.
Apparently, Chelsea want 50 million. To me, I do not understand.
England international.
Oh,
Saka was out. Saka was out. You need competition. Off that right
The
wing.
Wanyeri can play there.
But Wanyeri, they're saying he's better centrally, Robbie.
No, well, listen.
They're saying he's better centrally.
Bro,
That's what the streets are saying.
Well, the streets are saying, man, you could put Kivior there. I don't listen. I don't. Anyway, listen, I don't. If it's more than 30 million, no.
It's more than 30. You've seen the first bid. They want to pay 40. Your own club.
You know the thing is about it, right?
We said 50. We're going to meet somewhere in the middle.
I'm like,
I'm telling you now, there's some add-ons as well.
My sort of thing is like, do I trust our board here? Because when we bought Raya, right, this was the same thing. All of us was losing it and saying, what is this? We've got Aaron Ramsdale. We love Ramsdale. He's playing well. He's not really let us. Why?
Really agreed personal terms.
And then when Raya came in, right, and the fans were just there like this. When he first came in, you could almost like you're in a game. You can almost see like fans are like, right, over to you, brother.
Yeah, but this is different.
Do
you know why this is different? Because
you know when they're like,
there's no way.
Scrutinising
Chelsea, though,
There's
man.
no way of him dislodging Saka. So he has to play
Elsewhere.
on his weaker side to get in the team.
But I'm saying with Raya, they're scrutinising him hard. And then you know what fans are like after like say 4 or 5 games, right? It's like, you know, you get a fan.
Yeah,
like,
he's all right, you know.
well, he's all right. I'm starting to see why I might have bought him.
Yeah, all right then.
You know that starts to see through until he's been brilliant.
Yeah,
Raya.
yes.
But the Madueke one, I think he'd be under so much pressure if he come in as well. I just don't understand it from Arsenal. Go and get Eze. Go and get Rodrigo.
Still might.
Don't ruin this. Well,
no, the only way Madueke, I said this here, if
Madueke comes in and Wanyeri win, I'd be fuming.
No, that's awful.
Hold on a second.
No.
Wanyeri's contract expires in 2026.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
1 year left.
He's got a long term. He ain't. He can
And
start talking to
we
foreign clubs from
didn't see him
January.
at the back end of last season, did we? Where did he go? Was he-
Very limited minutes.
Is that another
And
Maverick?
he won't sign the thing until he gets
Is
a
this another
guarantee.
Maverick that Arteta
And if he
apparently-
sees Noni come through with the Gucci bandana,
hold on.
Is this another
he's not gonna
Guendouzi
get
situation?
guarantees.
Although
Another Guendouzi
the
situation.
rumors are that he wants to stay. Arsenal want to keep him, and but I know it needs to be sorted out.
You know
man.
Gregory Isaacs, Robbie. Rumours them spreading. Yeah. Rumours them spreading.
You know what?
Yeah?
The thing is about it, right, is that these men, they started off the window, right, and everyone was very annoyed, right? January, people are annoyed. The last couple days, man, like, people to be a lot of positives with the Gyokeres, with Zubimendi. Don't ruin it now. This is not necessary. We don't need Madueke. I don't understand it. Madueke will only be a good deal if they still go and get Eze or Rodrigo.
I agree
If
with
it's
that.
What happened?
then we'd be like, all right,
If you
cool.
get
But
a
if
big
not-
man, I said even before the Gyokeres thing happened, I was like, when I was shocked to hear that, like, he said yes to Arteta's project. This is advanced. In terms of the Arteta thing, Arsenal, do they want him? Maybe that. No. They've gone to Noni Madueke.
Yes.
Sold him the project.
Yes.
What his squad role will be and whatever.
He's making 50k now. He'll make
100 or whatever.
20, 30.
Madueke has said yes. Yeah, we know this. This is fact. So the only way that this can be good for Arsenal, because there's not many ways, is exactly what you said, Robbie. If you bring Arsenal fans Gyokeres, Rodrigo, Eze, and then you go, And we got Madueke for some depth, man, just in case you need him and that. If you got that type of cash, you know the finance is better than me.
Everybody
if
knows
you
that.
got that in the locker,
Everybody knows that ain't happening.
then fine. But we all know it's not going to be that.